The time is 8 a.m. Weather conditions, cloudy, temperature 33 degrees.
Well, maybe it's 33 where you are. This is the Good Morning Net. It's 8 o'clock, and here we are. Your net control this morning is Joan, Kilo Charlie 9, Kilo Mike Alpha, and this net and I are in Sebastopol, Wisconsin, Door County, Wisconsin, USA. It is an open net, and all licensed amateurs are welcome to participate and check in at the proper time. The order of check-ins will be short time and mobile, and I'm going to ask that you re-examine the definition of short time and mobile, which means you won't be here the whole time, or you're in a car, and not other reasons. Short time means short time. Then ECHOLINK, I'll check you in automatically, call you out in a minute, and then RF check-in. And that's the order we'll have. We'll take a couple of pauses for new check-ins and comments, so if you missed your turn, please come back at that point. And so, there's a 3-minute timer. Please remember that so people don't have to reset. And so with that, we will pause for emergency or priority traffic. Is there any today?
W9WTC, I'm going to take a priority message today, Joan.
We will take that priority from the Vice President, Larry. Go ahead.
W9WTC. It's all falling together kind of short notice, quick at the end, but we thought it was probably appropriate to let you know that members will be getting an invitation today to a Zoom session to be held Monday evening. First meeting under the new administration, and just to kind of kick things off and have a chat and see what direction this is going. Thanks, Joan. Back to you.
Thank you, Larry, and apologies to Brad. Oh my gosh, I made you Vice President. You're Treasurer. So, you know, I don't know anything at 8 o'clock in the morning. All right, let's take the aforementioned actual short time. Please come now.
KA9ARZ. Alpha, Bravo 9, November.
Okay, we recognize Kevin, KA9ARZ, and John, AB9NN. I have 3 on ECHOLINK, and let's take those RF check-ins now.
KA9KMA and the Good Morning Net. This is KA9
Whiskey Alpha Romeo. KA9BXG.
W9OBB.
Oh, it's F. 9UPE.
Kilo Delta 9 Golf Delta Alpha.
Whiskey Niner. Whiskey Tango Zulu. UUB.
The only problem we have is at the top of the order. Someone doubled with Artie, and I think a new to me check-in, but go ahead, whoever that was.
Control C9, LN Zulu.
think it cleared itself up. Jeff told me it was Kevin, so if that is not true, please let me know. The order will be KA9ARZ, AB9NN, K9GU, KA9TQC, KB9DIP, and G1AEU on ECHOLINK, and then KA9WAR, K9BXG, W9OBB, N9OSF, KD9UPE, KC9 from KD9GDA, W9WTZ, W9UUB, KC9LNZ. Was there anyone else to check in? Please call me now. Okay, that is it. Up to the top of the list, KA9ARZ, AB9NN.
Thanks, Joan. KC9KMA, this is KA9ARZ. Good morning to all on the final Thursday in January, where, I guess January thaw continues there. So ready to head out the door and head off to work. Hopefully, temperature will stay above freezing, so won't have any difficulty getting around. Yesterday was at a Park and Recreation Committee meeting there, and I guess you could say it went through the proverbial dogs. A lot of discussion was about a dog park in the city there, and a few other matters there. So anyways, no action photos to shoot this evening. Tomorrow and Saturday, be heading off to cover some basketball games. And it came to my attention last weekend. There was actually a ham fest on Saturday in Washera, but kind of a weird time. It's I guess the local club that's doing it, or local group. They're coinciding it with the field day, winter field day that's going on. So instead of having like a ham fest in the morning, they're actually having it from noon to 5 o'clock. So go figure on that one. So with that, let's see how things are on the other side of the lake with 89NN from KA9ARZ. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to everybody on the Good Morning Net from John, 89NN in Eula, Michigan, northwest Florida, Michigan, straight across Lake Michigan from Algoma, 9 miles inland. And before I forget, the barometric pressure is 30.15 inches this morning, so that's come up quite a bit. And let's see, currently 33.7 degrees with a north wind. And we don't have any precipitation on the radar locally, although they're talking about we might have some freezing fog or something like that during the day, and they're expecting maybe some drizzle or rain coming in later this evening, so we'll have to see what that brings. Solar flux index is 172, so that's the good news, and certainly nothing on the lightning map today. Not much going on, just trying to keep up with the snow that's coming off of our roof. We've got a large steep metal roof that's in two sections for two different floors, and it comes off a chunk at a time, and as it comes up and eases over the edge of the rain gutters, we have to take the roof rake and slam it and get that stuff chunked out, and then get that Uber scooped out. So usually that process takes me about 15 minutes to 30 minutes, and I tell you, my legs and my arms get a pretty good workout from that, so I'm thinking I'm getting my 15 to 30 minutes of exercise every day. Although we did go for a walk in the dark last night out on Pinecroft Golf Course in an area that was plowed on the fairway, so I was able to walk in street shoes, which was nice. And it was nice to get out and go for about maybe about a quarter-mile walk. So not much else to report. Back to net control from KB9 and then John and Tua. Have a great day, everyone.
Well, since you sent it back to me, I will take a moment to tell you the story of my neighbor who fell in his yard yesterday and broke his leg. Bruce, it's a cautionary tale. He had street shoes on. He was on grass that he had plowed bare with his snowblower, and that is not good since it's the same leg his knee was replaced. So when Tom tells you to walk carefully, he's not kidding. So the next list will be K9GU, KA9TQC, KW9DIP, AEU, over to WAR, and down the list. Good morning, everyone.
Morning to all. This is K9GU in here. I had a little change in what I heard at first in here this morning. Anyway, good morning to all, and good morning to John and here. In Appleton, where I am, temperature is 24, barometric pressure 30 decimal 14, and humidity outside 100%. If such a thing can exist, 100% in here. The weather is overcast, and it's also, in addition to it, hazy here. And I can't forget what I heard yesterday about John in here, and I'm very much still, since yesterday, very much sorry about that sort of thing in here. And I remember very well when several years ago, my wife and I visited his collection of equipment, everything in it, where the almost endless collection of everything. Radio that you could imagine for many years. It was beautiful, well organized, and very impressive. And all of a sudden, I remember that Thursday, very, very much in here. Well, that's as much as I can say. But it's just amazing how very lovely things can be remembered for just about ever and ever in here. So with this, I'll pass it on to K9TQC. Good morning to you. This is K9GU. All around you on this particular day.
Very good. Good morning, all. K9TQC, Portable 4, where it's clear in about 70. No worries about 6 today. But today my project is to tear into a Mercury outboard carburetor and see if I can figure out how to make it idle a little bit better. So, good fine business on the notice of the Zoom meeting here, Larry. That's good to get a verbal heads up. I never thought of that, so kudos to you. And Michelle, based on your comments, I had this image of one thing that might be sort of interesting would be to take one of John H.J.L.'s puzzles that might be in a state of assembly, if there are any, and one could, lacquer it up and make sort of a permanently assembled jigsaw puzzle and hang it up at the site there by the ham shack. We could use a little art on the walls, and it would be a reminder of him, that's for sure. So, I didn't really catch a question of the day, if there is one, so I'm sorry about that. Otherwise, my buddy Larry there, we've been exchanging emails hot and heavy with SWR reports on gap antennas, but Larry, I can tell you right now I have the gap running on 10 meters, and I've got 22 active CQ calls coming in from Europe. It's just crazily much better than any other antenna I've ever had down here. KB9, DIP, KA9, TQC, portable.
where in Sturgeon County, what a bozo. In Algonquin, Illinois, and I've still got a lot of white on the ground, although it's 37. It's it's keeping itself cold underground, on the ground. Jack and I have been collaborating on getting an antenna up in Sturgeon County this summer when I come up, and it looks like it's going to be the gap. I'm going to stick it up on top of the barn. It's at about 30 feet off the ground, and then I've got a cable run. I'll stick the cable underground, I'll stick it to PVC, and bring it into the ham shack. And I've discovered 2 new places to eat here. I've had the opportunity to get out more. I discovered 2 places, 2 good places, and they offer $13 meals. One is the Longhorn Steakhouse, and the other one is Texas Roadhouse. And I'm sure most of you have already eaten at these places. But Texas Roadhouse for $13.95, you get a 6-ounce steak, no fat, it's all edible. 2 sides. I usually get loaded potato and broccoli, and then your drink is extra. The drink is kind of a gouged $3 iced tea. But you can get out of there really fast, and you got to get there before 5. But gee, what a meal! And that's the way it looks from the Radio Ranch. Sunny, overcast Algonquin. And over to my gal in Old Brixton, Big Al, G1AEU. Take it away, Al.
So good morning, everybody. Oh dear. 2 red news, a broken leg, not very nice. I don't wish that on anyone. A broken leg, oh dear. My arm sometimes feel like they're broken. But that is due to my shoulder being worn out. Anyway, we have got rid of all the storms. It's 54 Fahrenheit here, quite warm for the time of year. 17 miles an hour wind. Nice issues, that tends to be in the heat. And 30.27 on the barometer. I wonder what frequency you are working to do that. I thought you said VHF. It must be an HF frequency, Jack. KA9223, Jack. Anyway, maybe you set it on the next, and Rocky, I know you work well with the gas down. What should have been with me or do on? Because I might hear you. You never know. Anyway, over to you, RC. KA9, 60 Alpha Romeo, Golf Bomb, Alpha, Echo, Durham.
Golf 1, Alpha Echo Uniform. This is Kilo Alpha Niner, Wisconsin Amateur Radio. Well, good afternoon, Alan, and good morning to everyone else. Here in Peshtigo, it's 37 degrees and overcast. And also, we're experiencing the term that we usually have before, and with the weather here. Anyway, I forgot what it was, but anyway, it's just like a January thaw. In any event, Larry, this dude, we're going to Baronet for lunch, and the price will be $5, which, and I probably were going to get a pulled pork sandwich, and we get a full cup of pot of coffee along with a number of other things. So I guess we've been enjoying our visit there. The other day we heard on the network news that they said Boeing is in bad trouble with the door coming off and the engine fire. But when you listen to somebody that knows aviation, on the report, they said the situations are unrelated. The door is Boeing's fault, but the engine fire is from the engine manufacturer. So don't believe everything you hear on network news. Kilo Alpha Niner, Bravo X-Ray Go. This is Kilo Alpha Niner, Whiskey Alpha Romeo.
Just like if it sounds like a really, really good deal, there's something wrong. I don't know if I trust any of the news people anymore. Remember when they used to report the news? Not make up the news, but report the news? I'm old enough that I remember that. Walter Cronkite. It was always interesting listening to him. And of course, Paul Harvey in the noon. I would always listen to that if at all possible. So, I went to the doctor yesterday, and I don't know if they really found anything, but I'm starting to feel a little bit better, getting around better. Today I hope to clean out the end of the driveway finally, clean that up a little bit, do a little snow blowing, and who knows, I might do a little extra shoveling or whatever outside. Maybe try to throw some more wood down in the basement. Got enough for about a month or so, and it's real close. I have it right underneath the deck, so it's only 15 feet away, and I keep a wheelbarrow there, so it wheels over real well if I shovel it back. Otherwise, not too much going on. We'll send it over to Recco VVK9BXG.
Thank you, Bob, and good morning to all. This is W9OBB, and I just want to echo what Larry had to say. Monday night at 7, we'll have a Zoom meeting. I'm going to send out invitations here to all of the club members who have their dues paid, and we'll get at that here momentarily when that's done. And I guess with that, I'll go over to Larry. N9OSF, this is W9OBB.
Mr. Rick, W9OBB, schedule next update 34 degrees, and it feels like over here. Cloudy 53 days. Otherwise, Jessica is going to do some sealing on the table, but then got called in about 8:30. The neighbor, you guys for 40 feet, just give her the garbage truck, so 4:30, and then about 9 o'clock, 8:49. He says, can you come in today? So I'm just part-time help, and one of the drivers quit in the middle of the route there, or bond the well. So as I did yesterday, so about 4:30. So then we watched Injection, and we watched the movie series on the way home. So that's a good movie, my opinion. Check it out if you want. Otherwise today, that's what I got planned, and then at 2:30, I got to be in O'Connell Falls there for my Fed Med card for my CDL. It has a CDL there, so federal medical card. Just a basic, like a physical. So I still keep that up too. So at 64 years old, 65 in a couple months, I figured this might be the last time. Just in case anybody else needs me, at least I got my CDL in my hand with hazmat, right. So otherwise, what I got time today, nothing else, and good morning. say in history, on the 5th, 1961, JFK hosts first live television presidential press conference. That was January 25th, 1961. So basically, go back to then right with you, Brad. But sorry, is in a second. Good morning, by that person.
Good morning, and thank you, Larry, and good morning to the net. This is Kilo Delta 9, Uniform Papa Echo, and let's see, as far as the network news is concerned, the main networks, like the ABC, NBC, CBS, and the AP Newswire, I still trust them. The problem is they're getting into an amount of people coming into the news that just don't understand it. So it eventually straightens itself out, because otherwise the other networks tell them you're wrong. So anyway, it's getting funny, and especially anything aviation related. They just got to get out and pounce on that story, but they don't really understand what's happening yet. So good to hear, Larry. You got the medical squared away and the CDL. You're all set to go for another year. So that is about it from here this morning. A little bit busy this morning, and keeping an eye on four-legged little buddy boys. So that's it from here. Let's see. We're going over to Josh, KD9GDA. This is KD9UPE.
Josh got a call. Over to you, Larry, WQZ.
Thanks, Joan. W9WTC. Well, I'm ready for this warmer weather. I think I'm going to venture out today. They had the warnings this morning, and looking across the valley, it's kind of foggy. It's probably due for some caution on the roads for if anybody else is traveling. But other than that, hoping to see good turnout for the members meeting, and we'll have more news as we get situated and organized. And I know Rick has got a ton of ideas for events this year. So let's see, Bruce was after me. Good morning, Bruce. W9WTC.
Thank you, Larry. W9, Uniform Bravo. Well, I know we've had this discussion before, but the news, they only got 30 minutes, and then you got to take out 11 minutes, 14 minutes for commercials. Like Artie said, the aviation issue is just so complicated. A lot of what happened to Boeing was related to subcontractors. They certainly have an obligation to check the stuff when it comes into their facility, but so much of that stuff is farmed out now to other processors. It's got Boeing's name on it, but they didn't build it all. And thanks for the video you sent me, Artie. I did look at it. It was very interesting. Having built a few amateur class airplanes, it is interesting. Let's see, what else is new? Just tired of gray. Can somebody pay for some sun? I'll chip in. And that's kind of it. Every year you get this, and you end up going, oh my goodness, will it ever end? And it will sometime in April. Over to Tom, KC9LNZ, W9UUB.
Thank you, sir. KC9LN Zulu. Well, it's in the low 30s here in Kewaunee. Some sun out there, no wind to speak of, and still plenty of white stuff on the ground. Although there are a few patches in the backyards where the kids were sledding and everything like that have something showing up, but it's basically white out there. Other than that, not much new to report. So, hey, everybody have a good day. Walk carefully, drive carefully, as always. I'll get out for my mid-morning walk later, and we'll see how that goes. So, supposed to get some rain starting tonight into tomorrow, and tomorrow's supposed to be rain a good part of the day. So, we'll see how that goes. KC9, LN Zulu, turning it back to net control. Good morning to all.
Yeah, I didn't really give a weather report because it's going to be highly variable, and I think each of you that commented on your local weather, this is the temperature and the time we need to be careful. So, Bruce, I would say be careful what you wish for. I think the only way you get sunny days is when it's, like, really cold, and so, I don't know, it's a trade, right? Is it 30 or whatever? But the rest of the story is the moral of the story. Keep your cell phone in your pocket anytime you go outside. And you know, this is me talking. I just barely have a cell phone. But neighbor slipped on his grass, so he's lying in his yard and, of course, has our number plugged in. And I happen to be sitting here. So Jeff and I were able to get him to a standing position, and he had his walker available from his surgery. So he hobbled himself over on a walker and one leg, and I brought the car down, so we were ready to go to ER. And there it is, a fracture and some sort of ligament tendon injury that'll be fixed later in the week. But, you know, this slipping thing is really fast and can be terribly unfortunate. Thanks for the sympathy, Alan. I will send it to him. Bob, I will say none of us wants to get any virus. Whichever one you had, whether it was flu or COVID, famously can last for weeks to hang on. So when you're out there exerting yourself, beware. You have just come through something, and no wonder you're still dragging around. And Jack, Connie has plans for many of those puzzles, so if she's listening, she will take that to heart. So now, this was KC9KMA bringing back to the net control of the Good Morning Net. Let's see if there's any other check-ins besides Lee. I see you there, W9HIF. Is anyone else there?
Golf, Delta, Alpha.
Roger that. So first we will take Lee, W9HIF. Welcome back. And over to Josh, KC9GDA. Lee had to step away from his radio. Let's see if we can pick up Josh.
Golf, Delta, Alpha. Good morning, Joan. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, the typical phone call. I don't know how this goes really fast, but they're perfect. Well, I got some plumbing work done yesterday. I'm no plumber. And finish that up today. Yeah, the old slip and fall. That's never a good situation. We got to be careful out there. It's not icy, but no, it's slick. Like sand and grass. So packed, so it packs right down, and it's a perfect slide. Other than that, I don't know that I have much more.
Jack, I'm going to ask you a question, KA9TQC. Okay, everybody dropped off, just about. So maybe that's the problem. ECHOLINK is having some issues.
192.168.1.28. Weather alert on.
Saw you, Alan, but first let me ask KA9TQC. When I was talking and then unkeyed, it stayed blue on the Superman. And my question is, what was happening on your end in the last set of transmission?
AC9KMA, K9TQC.
Go ahead, Jack.
I ended up having to reboot the Raspberry Pi there. It had locked up, so that's possibly what's going on. K9TQC.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Yeah, I couldn't tell from the board what was locked up because none of you were broadcasting, so there you go. So I did hear or see, actually, Alan, if you don't know, with the Superman, when the person on ECHOLINK or All-Star is transmitting, it highlights in dark blue. So more than you getting in, I saw you make an attempt. So if there's a comment, please go ahead. Something is not playing nice today. I don't know what's going on, but we got through everybody else pretty well. I'll stand by for any over-the-air comments. Anybody, anywhere, or for that matter, if you are in ECHOLINK and can get it to work and would like a comment, please call out now. So, Larry, did you try? Go ahead.
What a way to run a railroad, huh? KG9DIP.
Updated weather information. Special weather statement.
Here's your updated weather statement. Look out the window. Check the path before you step on it. Larry, you said, what a way to run a railroad, and I'll tell you what, it is not as easy as it looks to have it go smoothly some days. So let's just say something's up with ECHOLINK, people buzzing on and off, apparently rebooting going on, so, you know, it happens. No further comments noted. Am I right? I'll bring it to a close and remind us that we do have a meeting on our calendars for Monday at 7. And with that, I will take one final standby.
K9TQC, I think things are more or less back to normal again. If you want to try Alan. Alan, it sounded like you had momentary push to talk, but not continuous push to talk. It was keying up and then dropping. So you might try it again. K9TQC.
I doubled with him for a second, but he clicked off again, Jack, you saw that. So I think he tried, and then it is acting up. So I think it's his end. I don't know. But that's what I got. So I'm going to bring the net to a close so we don't have to do this 3 more times. And if people want to hang around and see if he makes it back in, that'll be just fine. KC9 KMA bringing the official part of the net to a close. Thank you, everybody. Michelle, I hope your sore throat gets better quickly. KC9 KMA.
Thank you for coming back. My throat is much better, but anyway, thanks for asking it in here. And I still feel a little scratchy. I don't know what happened, but it seems to be improving and going. Anyway, thank you for holding the lecture this morning. Some of the things here, some following incidents in transmission occurred. I don't know why, and that's fine. It's just one of those things that happen from time to time. Anyway, sometime this morning, I'll start in something to see us again. And he has some answers to do here. Well, he is actually still together with that, but he's been here for several minutes, so we'll see what happens. But it's going to be very interesting. Thanks for coming back. Have a good day. This is Q Fine Calls to me for me and
Thank you, Michelle. And Jeff and I particularly enjoyed your voice moving back and forth in nearly perfect 1 octave range from high to low. And you're a musician and a Judy, so I think she can confirm it's just about a perfect octave. But take care, have a good day, and I know you'll enjoy your music with your son. KC9 KMA is clear.
thank you, and have a good day. This is Jimmy.
Thanks for the consultation, Jack. Appreciate it. Helped me a lot. And looking forward to this summer. The only thing I got to do is I will look for Quint. And she was going to come over to the issue. See if I got it out. I got about 100 feet. So I got to go somewhere to roll on. GBC is different. Well, my class is supposed to arrive by 10 o'clock tonight, and I needed to get that ordered because I've got to make sure to vacate the apartment from the house. I'm going to try to go perpendicularly away from the solar panels because I have a 20-meter whip right on the solar panel bracket, and the microinverter is about enough RI that it's really noticeable, but with this gap installed down in the dock, the way the solar panel goes, working way better. So I'm going to need about 150 feet, I guess, and then the only thing I can come up with is an LMR 400, which would be the preferred choice.
I'm sure the flight director once you get up and running, but yeah, with this analyzed, I don't have any available mask anymore, and I've got a lot of really highly and get everybody in how to get it just we're got that potential thing to happen, so pretty excited to be meeting and more I just like the way we can all start to see that back in the I know it's movie, but it's required to move it, of course, I've got everybody like that gone on and very good at it, so anyway, we have a big day, let's see now, so you just like I've got a place, just go, one more good, push on, being able to hear